Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. In the shadowy corners of Genoa City, where every smile hides a secret and every alliance teeters on betrayal, Nicholas Newman finds himself at a deeply personal and emotional crossroads. While he has weathered storms before, boardroom battles, romantic upheavals, and family feuds, this time feels different. This time, the stakes are more intimate. This time, he turns to Sharon. But why? Is it a rekindling of something long buried? Or is it desperation driven by forces beyond his control? Join us as we unravel the reasons behind Nick Newman's decision to ask Sharon for help, and what that could mean for their future, the Newman family legacy, and the very soul of Genoa City. For months now, Victor Newman has been pulling strings with a renewed sense of urgency. Adam's loyalty is questionable. Victoria is battling her own demons. Nikki is focused on her sobriety and foundation work. That leaves Nick, reliable, steady, moral Nick, to shoulder the weight of the Newman name. But he's cracking. Ever since he stepped away from the family business and took a different path, Nick thought he had found peace. But peace is fleeting in Genoa City. The company needs him. Christian needs him. And deep down, something else, something more personal, is beginning to haunt him. His heart feels unsettled. His instincts are buzzing. That's when a name whispers in his mind: Sharon. Sharon Rosales has had her fair share of chaos. From mental health battles to tumultuous romances, she's emerged stronger, wiser, and more self-aware. Now, as a therapist and mother, Sharon is centered in a way few Genoa City residents ever achieve. But that doesn't mean she's disconnected. She sees the changes in Nick. She hears it in his voice when he unexpectedly stops by Crimson Lights and asks, "Can we talk somewhere private?" Her therapist's intuition kicks in. He needs something more than advice. He needs a lifeline. They sit in Sharon's living room, surrounded by echoes of their past, a place once filled with children's laughter, holiday memories, and broken promises. Nick runs a hand through his hair and sighs. "Sharon, I'm not okay." That admission hits harder than he expects. He tells her everything. About Victor pressuring him to return full-time to Newman Enterprises. About Victoria growing increasingly cold and manipulative. About Adam's secret meetings. But most of all, he confesses that he's lost. "I don't know who I am anymore, Sharon. I thought I did. I thought walking away from Newman meant freedom. But maybe I'm just running from who I really am." Sharon listens, patient and composed. But inside, her heart aches. Not because she wants to save him, but because she knows he must save himself. And maybe, she can guide him. Their connection has always defied explanation. A high school romance turned lifelong entanglement. Marriages, divorces, co-parenting, pain, passion, it's all tangled up in the tapestry of their shared past. Sharon gently reminds Nick, "You don't have to choose between being a Newman and being yourself. You just have to decide what part of yourself you're willing to fight for." But Nick's questions go deeper. He begins to wonder, has his struggle with identity always been tied to Sharon? Has he measured every woman against her? Phyllis, Chelsea, Sage, Sally. None of them truly knew him the way Sharon does. Could that be why he's here? Is this plea for help really about business, or is it about love? As if emotional turmoil wasn't enough, a mysterious envelope arrives at Nick's door the very next day. Inside, an old photograph and a note written in jagged handwriting. "You don't know the whole story. Ask Sharon." Nick's pulse races. The photo is of a much younger Sharon, standing in front of a hospital in Madison. The note isn't signed. But something about it feels disturbingly intentional. He returns to Sharon, holding out the photo. "What aren't you telling me?" Sharon's face goes pale. For a moment, the confident woman Nick knew disappears, and the young girl she once was resurfaces. She recognizes the hospital. She remembers that year. But what does it mean? Sharon, shaken, begins digging through old journals and therapy notes. Something's off. She remembers visiting that hospital during college, but not why. Suddenly, memory fragments start surfacing, something about a counselor, a secret visit, and a baby. Could this be connected to Cassie? Or something else entirely? Nick presses her for answers. But Sharon insists she needs time to piece things together. If there's something I forgot, Nick, I swear, I'll tell you everything. The mystery deepens. And Nick realizes that this journey isn't just about his own identity, it may also unearth secrets Sharon herself has long buried. As Nick grows closer to Sharon again, both emotionally and investigatively, Victor steps in. She's a distraction. Son. You're chasing ghosts. But Nick doesn't believe him. Victor's aggression only confirms one thing: there's something he doesn't want Nick to find. And that makes Nick dig harder. After nights of nightmares and fragmented memories, Sharon finally breaks. She remembers a moment during her early years, shortly after Cassie's adoption, when she was pregnant again, briefly, during a traumatic time. She had turned to a distant aunt and chose to keep it secret from everyone, even Nick, the child she thought was lost early. But now, she's not so sure. Could the hospital records have been altered? Could someone, perhaps Victor, have hidden something? Nick is floored. The emotional storm becomes a hurricane. If it's true, he might have another child out there, but who? Where? And why was it kept hidden? As Faith returns from college on break, she notices the closeness between her parents and the tension lacing their conversations. Are you two getting back together? She jokes. Sharon and Nick exchange a glance. They don't answer. But the silence is louder than words. Faith also stumbles across something curious while helping Sharon at the coffee shop, a manila folder accidentally left by a customer. Inside are more photos and a letter addressed to Sharon, from someone named El. The initials spark something. Faith shares the contents with her parents, unknowingly fueling a firestorm of revelations. The letter reveals that El, Evan Langston, a nurse at the Madison facility, claims to have information about a child born under Sharon's name but filed under a sealed identity. Nick and Sharon travel to Wisconsin to meet Evan, but by the time they arrive, Evan is gone, missing. His apartment is trashed. The only thing left behind is a torn note. They're watching. The truth is in the basement file. Now the story turns dangerous. Someone doesn't want this truth revealed. Someone powerful. Someone familiar. As word of Nick and Sharon's investigation spreads, two people become deeply uncomfortable: Phyllis and Adam. Phyllis fears losing Nick for good. She confronts Sharon in a fiery confrontation outside Crimson Lights. You always sneak back into his life the moment he's vulnerable. But Sharon fires back. This isn't about romance. This is about truth, and maybe that scares you. Meanwhile, Adam does some snooping of his own and learns that Victor once made a sizable donation to the Madison hospital, around the time Sharon's file would have been created. Is Victor hiding something to protect himself, or someone else? As the mystery swirls, so does emotion. Nick and Sharon, once partners, then co-parents, now find themselves spending long evenings together, working through emotional layers they never healed. And somewhere between unraveling secrets and comforting each other, they begin to fall back in sync. One night, while watching old videos of Cassie and Faith, Nick quietly says, "We built something real once. Maybe we still can." Sharon leans into him, unsure, but drawn to the same truth: maybe we were never meant to end. Just as Nick and Sharon are about to share a kiss, the doorbell rings. Sharon opens the door and gasps. Standing there is a young woman, early 20s, with familiar eyes. "My name is Elena. I think you're my parents." Nick asked Sharon for help, but what began as emotional support turned into a whirlwind of secrets, buried truths, and potential family expansion. As Genoa City braces for another wave of drama, one thing is certain: Nick and Sharon's bond is no longer just about the past, it's a beacon lighting the path to a future they never saw coming. But is the town ready for it? Is Victor ready? And what will this mean for the Newmans, and for Sharon's already fragile peace?